So let's go ahead and check them out. Let's see if they're worth grading. So I'll show you my steps. First things I do, especially when I'm buying online or in person at a show or a card shop, I'm gonna go ahead and take the card out and see if there's any instant noticeable defects, scratches, any kind of issues, just very quickly, because if there is, as soon as I see anything, it's most likely not going to be worth sending in. Next thing I do is I look at the border, right? I'm looking at the border to see the thickness around all sides to make sure that it at least is worth measuring. Next thing I'm going to do is look at the corners, right? I want to see how round the radius is of those corners. Sometimes they cut the corners a little too sharp, which can also maybe affect the grade, especially if a different company looks at that very particular and closely. They're checking the corners to make sure the radius is good. And at the same time, I'm checking to see if there's any kind of whitening, like little chips, little pieces kind of taken out of the corners. A lot of cards have that, unfortunately. Fresh out of the package, they can still have those. No whitening on the edges, the corners and radiuses look great. Let's go ahead and take a closer look with my loupe. As you can see, I have it lined up already. And once you look directly down on it, you'll see the zeros there lined up with the inner border there. And then the outer border you can see in millimeters, we're about 2.75. I have a website called PokeMasterCenter.com, and you're gonna punch in all those numbers that you're finding in millimeters around each one of the sides, front and back. It's gonna go ahead and break down what those are looking like in their measurements, left and right, top and bottom, and then what the overall grade is that you'll likely get if you were to grade it. I'm seeing what looks to be, I'm going to investigate this a little bit more. Right there, you'll see. It's interesting because even looking through the loupe, you're going to see that it's tough to see if there's any kind of defects, right? There we go. I'm able to make a show here with my little light. You can actually start to see it right down here at the tip of my nail. We'll just have a little damp piece of Q-tip. Let's go and take the dry side. Here, look at that. And then I'll just use a microfiber just to make sure I wipe it down a little bit better. Believe it or not, that little spot that we saw on the back side before that I cleaned off, that alone can actually ding the score. Oh, now the card is stuck in here. I could tap it if I want to center it more. And there we go. This one's ready to ship. Card that I bought for about $35. If it does a 10, it looks like the current market is around $400 or so dollars. These ones are great. They're modern, so they're very likely going to be in pristine condition a lot of times. It's just a matter of finding those ones that don't have edges issues and that they're censored and that they will pass very likely for a 10. If you're doing vintage, it's a lot harder. Leave a follow if you want to see what this grade comes back for all three of these once I get them.